to attempt to make a Chinese meal that I like to get at the restaurant near me. So I'm going to try some tofu, some rice, and some mixed vegetables. And yeah, I'm going to try to keep these videos a little bit faster too. So I'm going to go through the ingredients and let's get started. Alright, our first ingredient is going to be tofu, extra firm from Simply Truth Organic. Get any kind of tofu you like though, I get this at Kroger. Up next, I have Island Soyaki sauce from Trader Joe's. And if there's no Trader Joe's near you, that's totally fine. They have a lot of different soy-based marinades at like Kroger, Meijer, and things like that. Get something that just tastes good and you can use it to marinate your soy with. Third ingredient is some Kroger stir-fry mixed vegetables. Now these are kind of an Asian variety, so grab that. It's definitely a good price too, and it'll make this meal way easier than getting all these different ingredients. It's got it all together. Fourth ingredient is rice, and I have some of this brown rice left over from the slider episode actually, so I'm going to use this, even though you could use any sort of kind of rice you like, and they have rice at a whole bunch of different stores. I got this at Trader Joe's though. So yeah, we're going to use brown rice in this just because I have it, but go ahead and grab any kind of rice you like. Up next, we will need just a little bit of earth balance for the rice part of it, and it'll just be like 2 tablespoons, so any sort of margarine is perfectly fine. And there you have all the ingredients. Let's get started making it. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is drain this tofu and dry it. Okay, there's our tofu. What I'm going to do next before I dry it is actually slice it up. And I figured I'm just going to do this all in the container it's already in. So first thing I'm going to do is just going to cut this in half long ways. There we go. And now I'll just lay it down and just cut it in here. Alright, so now I'm just going to take it and dump it out onto the paper towel. And I want to actually, we're going to put it, just spread it out, so we want to just absorb as much water out as we can right now. Alright, there we go. They're all spread out on the paper towel, and I'm going to put another paper towel on top of them and just try to absorb that water. Kind of squeezing them a little bit when I do this. Alright, next thing I'm going to do, and you might think this is odd, but I'm going to put all of these back into here because I think it'll make the marinating even easier. And I'm going to give credit where credit's due here. I got this idea from my coworker Randy Fox. So we're going to put all of this in there, and you'll see what I mean in just a second. Alright, they're all in there. Now, we're going to add the marinade. So grab your marinade and shake it up. Make sure you got those ingredients all mixed up in there, and we're just going to fill this up now. Now, why do this, you might ask? The reason for it that my friend Randy told me is you put it in here and you're going to actually save some marinade because it's perfectly the same shape as the tofu. So it's going to get in there the perfect amount. It's going to get in between all of your cuts. That's the reason for it. So now we're going to put it in the fridge for about an hour, but I wanted to cut this a little more. Actually, I meant to do that the first time. It's in strips. I want it to be in 3 slices going this way, so no problem to cut it right now. There. Now they're basically in cubes. I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to put it in the fridge for at least an hour, and I've read that you can marinate tofu for overnight even if you want to. I'm going to marinate this for at least an hour, and then we'll pull it out and we'll start frying it. So the next thing we want to do is get our rice going. So I'm going to add 4 cups water to this pan because I want there to be some leftovers so we can make 2 cups of rice. Alright, now let's bring that water to a boil. Alright, that's boiling enough for me. So let's add 2 cups of our brown rice to this, or whatever rice you got. Up next, let's add 2 tablespoons of earth balance to this, or any sort of alternative butter you have. And I recommend throwing a lid on it when you simmer. Alright, I'm here to check on the rice, and it has been less than 35 minutes. It's been about 20 or so minutes, and basically the water's no longer in the pan. It's just moist rice in here. So that is essentially done. I'm turning off the burner, and I'm just going to let this sit here so it stays warm, and soon we're going to get going with the tofu and the veggies. Now that the rice is done and this tofu is still marinating, what I'm going to do is cook our veggies. And to start, I'm just going to add a little canola oil to the pan. And I don't include this as an ingredient because you don't need it. It's just for non-stick purposes. So I'm just going to spread that around. Now, let's add these veggies. We're going to add all of it. Okay, just throw your burner on almost high because you want to cook these veggies kind of like a flash fry style. And if you have any other veggies you want to add, definitely do that. Broccoli, I would probably add more broccoli to this if I had some, and even mushrooms too. But this is what we got, so just we're going to cook this on almost high and stir regularly. All right, we got those veggies cooking up real nice right now. And that's how you want it to look, just cooking high heat. And just stir them around a little bit as you're doing it. Now that they're cooked up decently, what I want to do real quick is add a little more of this to it. I'm actually going to add this to the veggies too. Not a lot. I don't want to use it all or anything, but it's like a quick flash marinade thing. Get that flavor on the veggies too. And just regularly stir it as you're doing this. It keeps the pan from sticking and keeps the veggies thoroughly cooked. And I do want to say this real quick. If you can get all these vegetables that are fresh, like get fresh broccoli, get some fresh green beans, fresh carrots, maybe some tomatoes, some peppers, put it all in there yourself. That could be really good too. You could get that stuff from a farmer's market too if you want. And then, I'd probably want to do that route next time. But this bag does make it really convenient. Oh yeah, get some mushroom too, add that to it. But it does make it cheap and easy to do it this way, so that's definitely why I want to show you this. So I'm going to pull them off and we're going to start doing the tofu. And what I'm doing is I'm just putting them on top of the rice here. I have a temporary place to put them, and now I can put the tofu in this pan. Now it's been about an hour and our tofu is done marinating, so I'm going to dump all of this, including all of the marinade sauce, right into this pan, and we're going to cook it just like the veggies. Kind of a flash fry style. And what's nice is we don't have to add any extra marinade to this because it's already got plenty. Now I got this cooking on high right now and you can see it all bubbling up, and I am kind of new to this, making tofu, so maybe this is too much marinade to have in the pan while cooking it on a high heat like this. I don't know, so we're going to find out. Alright, the marinade is evaporating pretty quick, and be sure to keep stirring and flipping because that'll keep it from sticking to the pan. And now that most of the marinade is evaporated, I'm going to let that, I'm not going to touch this for maybe like 1 minute while it's heating on high here, and let it really get, I'm touching it, I'm going to let it really get the underside of that heated up, try to get it crispy a little bit. That's my plan anyway. Alright, that's been about 1 minute, and I'm going to flip it, try to do that to the other side. Oh yeah, you can see it's getting that marinade burned onto the bottom of it. Let that sit for like a minute, let it get crispy. It almost smells like it's burning, so I'm definitely turning off the burner now. You can see it looks like really dark, but that's partially because the marinade is like burned onto it. But it's not like a burnt tofu piece or anything like that. So this is basically done. We're just going to assemble it now and take a picture. And here we are again at eating time. And this is looking absolutely fantastic to me right now, so let me give it a shot. If I want to add more of this, I might. I'm going to see what I think of the taste here first. Make sure I get a piece of tofu on it, some green bean. Has a savory soy flavor in there, soy sauce flavor I mean. And you can always add a little more soy sauce to this if you wanted. I didn't include that as an ingredient. You could always sprinkle some on there. I might add just a little bit to this on the rice, just add a little more flavor. It's already got that distinct soy sauce flavor to it with a little bit of that pineapple-y flavor, that islandiness of this. Let me try a second bite here real quick. I definitely say drizzle a little of this on it after you make this. It'll really goes in the rice well. Tastes great. So I'm proud of this meal, my first time making it. I really hope that you like it, and you might know how to do this a little better than I do, especially with the cooking of the tofu part. So definitely be sure to leave that comment if you know of any suggestions you want to share. So alright, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you later.